I really wanted to love just like that. As a massive Sex in the City fan, I was excited to see where these characters would be in their 50s. But instead of getting real, complex storylines about marriage, career changes, and personal growth, we got watered down versions of people we used to love. And the worst part, the show had so much potential. Let me break down what really went wrong with Just Like That. 1. Big and Carrie, the wasted marriage. Let's start with Carrie and Big. Look, most of us never really liked them together. He left her at the altar, they both cheated on each other at different points, and they had completely different life goals. But you know what? The heart wants what it wants, and they did eventually get married. So here is my issue. Just like that, had the perfect opportunity to explore what happens after the fairy tale ending. These two have serious trust issues. They've hurt each other. Carrie wants excitement, adventure, and city life. Big wants quiet evenings at home. These are real problems that long term couples face. Where was the couples therapy? Where was the big messy fights where they say hurtful things they can't take back? That's what real marriages look like sometimes, especially when you have this kind of history. Instead, the show just killed him off in the first episode. They took the easy way out instead of doing the hard work of showing us a complicated, mature relationship. We could have seen them in therapy arguing about whether to stay in New York or move on, dealing with resentment from past betrayal. That would have been interesting. That would have been real, but we did not get any of that. Part 2, Miranda. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to what they did to Miranda. This is where I get really frustrated. Miranda Hobbs was a Harvard educated lawyer. She was headstrong, no nonsense, did not take crap from anyone. She built her career on being excellent at what she does, and now she's a nervous intern who cannot stop seeking approval from people who are way less accomplished than her. Think about that. This woman was a senior partner at a law firm. Now she's acting like an insecure college graduate trying to fit in. She is a people pleaser for everyone except Steve. He's the only person she's still herself around, which makes it even more bizarre. And okay, let's talk about the Chase storyline. Look, people's sexuality can evolve. I get that. In the first season of Sex in the City, they made it super clear that Miranda kissed a girl once and realized she was straight. If they wanted to revisit that, fine. But give us a compelling reason. Give us a journey that makes sense. Don't just have her blow up her entire life overnight. But here's what really gets me. Miranda could have done so much more. She went back to school for human rights law, right? Imagine if they showed her starting a firm that takes on pro bono cases, or going into corporate law but using her position to hire better people and actually change company culture from the inside, or becoming a professor who mentors young lawyers. She could have been making a real difference. Instead, she's moving to a different city for Che, abandoning her career, her friends, her identity. The Miranda we knew would have never done that. She would have found a way to balance her personal life with her ambitions. She fought too hard to get where she was, just to throw it all away. Part 3. Steve deserved better. And they did Steve so dirty. Steve was hardworking. He opened his own bar. He was passionate about it. He built something from nothing. So, why did they turn him into this pathetic guy who cannot keep his wife happy? Steve should have had a thriving business by now. Maybe he owns multiple bars. Maybe he has expanded into restaurants. He and Miranda could have been a power couple with completely different careers. Her in law, him in hospitality. That would have been such a good storyline. You can show a respectful divorce. You can show two people who love each other but want different things, figuring out how to co parent and still support each other. But you do not need to make Steve a loser to do that. He deserved better than becoming the guy who's just there, being sad and pathetic. That's not who he was. Part 4. Everyone else. Quick thoughts on everyone else. Charlotte and Harry. I actually like that they're still together and clearly love each other. But their storylines were boring. Remember when Charlotte had crazy lovers, crazy plot lines, the wedding planning disaster, the art gallery drama? Now it's just family stuff that doesn't really go anywhere. I'm happy they're stable, but stable does not have to mean boring. Now, Seema Patel. I actually liked her character. She's straightforward, non judgmental, afraid of commitment. But here's the thing, she is her own person. The show kept trying to make her into Brown Samantha, and that's not fair to either character. Samantha was unique. She was sex positive, confident, lived life on her own terms. Seema has some similar qualities, but she's different. She has her own background, her own perspective, her own issues, but the show kept positioning her as Samantha's replacement. And that's just lazy writing. Kim Cattrall did not want to be part of the show. And you know what? That's completely fine. That's her choice. We did not need Samantha 2.0. We needed the show to stand on its own without trying to recreate what they lost. And one last point, Anthony. They watered him down too. He used to be sassy, dramatic, hilarious. Now he's just there. Did he stop being a diva because he's older? That makes no sense. Personality does not disappear with age. Just like that, had the chance to show us what real midlife struggles look like: therapy, evolving relationships, career reinvention, figuring out who you are in your 50s. These are compelling stories, but instead, they flatten these characters into unrecognizable versions of themselves. Miranda went from powerhouse lawyer to insecure intern. Steve went from hardworking bar owner to pathetic husband, and Big and Carrie's actual relationship issues were completely ignored. So, what did you guys think of Just Like That? Did they ruin your favorite character too? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more TV show breakdown like this, subscribe.